Good afternoon. This is Jeff here. We're at 315 Northeast 148th Avenue here in Portland. We are located at the back of the home. I describe everything as as if you're facing the front of the house from the street. Well, from the sounds of it, sounds like we had some water bubbling up out here just prior to the cleanout access. So we're going to start out here. The line is dry currently. You do have a little bit of root penetration here. It's just at the base of the cleanout. Although if that's all it is, that's not really going to affect anything necessarily. It looks like we're still just prior to the foundation wall here, it looks like. My understanding here is the water that's just behind the cleanout was percolating up out of the ground. It's so close to the cleanout, it kind of makes you wonder if it was dumping out of the cleanout access, but you've got something in the flow line down there. Like, it's just on this bend here where it's very hard to see it. That joint there is a little bit cattywampus too. This sucks it's on a turn. You don't get a nice straight on shot in view of it. But if you look up at the top of the pipe, not the joint immediately in front of the camera, but the one just after it that we're coming up on right here, that joint is out of alignment. Theoretically, that joint could actually be open to the ground. There is a little bit of substance right here on that, right as you go past that spot. That stuff there almost looks like, it almost looks like rock and or concrete. That maybe that little white thing there could be the remnants of an old knockout plate. It could also be something that's driven its way through the pipe joint into the line. But that joint there is out of alignment. It's possible that joint there is not sealed. That could very easily be the spot where stuff was getting out. My guess is they had a test plug in this thing out here at this point. Alright, let's see here. Let me clean the camera lens up just a little bit and I'll show you the I just located this. This is this joint right here is right where the wettest spot in the ground is, where it's dug out the most. That joint there looks like it's probably the culprit. We're gonna flip around here and start running the other direction away from the house. All right, looks like you've got a, that's gonna be the secondary clean out there. I just marked that with some white paint. It's off the, if you went straight towards the rear fence line from the back left corner of the house, it's probably about 10 feet away from the home. And that's where the clean out's at. Another belly here. And to be completely and totally honest with you, not that you want to have bellies, just looking how this line is laid out, how sprawled out the property is, the line is, I would have told you before I even dropped my camera into here we were going to see bellies in the line. It is just kind of what comes with the territory when you get lines this length on flat properties. You've got to install things very, very, very expertly to not have, you know, 150, potentially 200-foot sewer line not settle anywhere. Web buildup. Okay, so right here we have another tie-in. This is not where the clean out is at the front of the house. I'm going to push up here a little bit further, although we may not see it if we're underwater, which we're going underwater again right now. Yeah, we're going to probably have to run through that front clean out. In fact, my camera doesn't want to go any further anyway. We're hitting a bunch of turds here. Yeah, so you've got a couple, 2-3 areas in here with some standing water, and keep in mind we're running a garden hose at full bore right now, which can exaggerate a belly humongously. It can turn a minor belly into what looks like a huge one. Just be aware, you know, when you go to sell this house, that stuff may come up. My 2 cents on it, on a line this length with this kind of configuration, I fully expect to see stuff like this. Not that it makes it a good thing, but when there's so little buildup in the line, I can't even recommend you drain clean it. I generally don't jump to repairs, especially an updated smooth plastic pipe like this that on its own already mitigates buildup pretty nicely because of those smooth pipe walls. It's just not an ideal configuration. You're kind of making do with what you have to work with here. If you shot this line out the front, it would be at least half the length that it is. You have a lot more depth to work with. Makes grading it, not having bellies, a much simpler thing to do. But very clean line. Only thing I can say that I've seen in the line anywhere in the bellies is mostly particulate. Nothing thick or big or anything like that. Alright, for the anyone watching this doing the repair on the line, so right here where the water is settled into place, immediately behind the clean out right there, that's where I picked the locate up, where that joint is out of whack. So not necessarily a joint that's going to affect flow under normal circumstances, but under pressure, would not surprise me if that joint would not hold up.